Hey guys, so this week I've been playing Risen 2, which if you don't know is a pirate-themed RPG, or an RPG. I'm the first person to make that joke. Anyways, it's a game where you're a pirate and you go around and you kill a bunch of stuff and you get more powerful and you get guns and swords and you're like, and you're trying to defeat the evil Titan Lords and all that stuff. Isn't any good though. Well, here's my opinion of Risen 2.
Risen 2 is a pirate game, but these pirates aren't like the family-friendly, happy pirates of modern movies. These are like the old-school, grizzled, kind of racist and sexist pirates. The kind of pirates that just kill and plunder and all that good stuff. It's nice to play a pirate game where you feel like you're around actual pirates, but sadly this game is not about you killing Orlando Bloom and then having sex with Keira Knightley as you sail the seven seas. But seriously, why hasn't anyone made that game yet? The story of Risen 2 revolves around a pirate apocalypse, which is the coolest kind of apocalypse. Essentially, these old Titan gods are like, screw it, we'll destroy the world, and now you and a bunch of other grizzled old pirates have to find magical weapons to kill the Titans. As a pirate, you have two main ways to dispatch your enemies, hitting them with a sword or shooting them with a gun. Unfortunately, the combat's not all that great. Basically, it just involves you hitting the same button over and over again to do your attacks. You're basically repeatedly smashing the button, hoping that you're stun-locking the other opponent and they're not stun-locking you. There's no dodging attacks or anything like that. You can deflect things a little bit, but that's a skill you have to learn that costs money. And then maybe, possibly, if you're thinking about shooting someone, you hit the button to shoot someone, and only if you're standing in front of them and facing them, maybe you'll hit them, but you'll probably miss. Essentially, you're gonna die a lot in this game against some of the simplest creatures because reasons. This being an RPG, there are obviously ways to advance your character and get stronger. But there's no crazy skill trees with a bunch of different branches where you have to find the right build for your character. You just basically have a bunch of stats that you can put points to, and they're pretty clear. One helps you fighting with swords, one helps you with guns, one helps you not get hit so much. And you increase these stats by either using glory, which is what they call XP, or you go to some guy and he'll train you for money. And the training system is one of the interesting parts of the game, because essentially if you want to get better at something, like, hey, I want to be a better sword fighter, you go to a guy and he'd be like, hey, I'll teach you how to be a better sword fighter for some money. Or maybe you want to talk your way out of situations, well, go to the prostitute. She knows how to talk to people pretty well, and she'll train you how to be more persuasive for a little bit of gold. Apart from that system, everything else is pretty standard RPG. You go to vendors, you buy new gear, or you can craft new gear and get new patterns and learn how to make better stuff. You go on quests and you find buried treasure, and you do a lot of piratey things. One of those piratey things is drinking. Obviously, pirates are drunkards, all of them, every single one of them. And instead of using health potions and stuff to regain your health, you use rum. And of course, that makes perfect sense for a bunch of pirates, so I figured, hey, will that work in real life?
Ow. Bleeding. I need a bandage. Or maybe.
And of course the answer is no. No, it will not. Rum will not help you heal better. Risen 2 is a game that, on the surface, looks terrible, plays terrible, but as you dig in and dig past all the racism and sexism and all that stuff in there, you start to find little bits and pieces that you might enjoy. The game definitely makes you feel like a pirate. You can, get in drinking contests, get into bar fights, and dig up buried treasure with, like, the giant X on the ground. But it's certainly a game with a lot of flaws.
So, my opinion of Risen 2 is kind of wishy-washy, because on one hand, it's frustrating and horrible in a lot of really terrible ways that I was like, oh, why would you do this to a game? But on the other, it reminds me a lot of The Witcher, the original Witcher, not The Witcher 2, because it has a lot of the same problems. It feels very much like the way the camera works, the combat works, it all feels very much like the original Witcher, which I kind of liked. But much like that game, it's the kind of game that you gotta put like 3 or 4 hours into before you even start to kind of like it and enjoy the game. So if you're a fan of RPGs and you're looking for something a little different and something that you really gotta put a lot of time into before you even start to like, then maybe wait until this is like $20 or $30 like on Steam or something, or a GameStop or wherever you purchase games, and then maybe get this game. But for everyone else, I really wouldn't recommend it, because you're gonna play it for like 15 minutes and then throw it away and go, why did I even buy this?